Okay, so this tutorial will guide you in creating a peer assessment activity in Brightspace while using the portfolio as a means to get students to evaluate themselves and their course mates. So basically we need to do a couple of things. So the first thing we need to do is to create sharing groups. So normally what you do is inside of your class, you create different groups that will assess themselves. So what we'll do here is go to edit course. In edit course, you will see a tool called sharing groups. So from here, we'll create sharing groups. As you can see here, I have 2 peer groups already assigned, but I still want to create that third peer group. I have 3 groups in my class. So I'll create a sharing group here and give it a name. So peer group 3. No need for description. And here is the different advanced settings about sharing groups. So first of all, I will remove this check mark because what this will do is activate my sharing group. I don't necessarily want it to be active right now, but I want it to be available to me. So I want to automatically share items, and for this purpose, I only need a collection. So basically what I'll do is create a collection in my portfolio and push it over to students. So I want that collection to be shared with me and with them within their group. And here I'll create what I call a tag. So this is really important because this will be the item that will enable the sharing of those collections between those peers in the back end. So that's really important. So make sure you save this. This will be the advanced settings of the sharing group. And then last thing you want to do is actually add your students to that sharing group. So from here, here's my list. So I got Joseph, and this will search and I can say, okay, this is the guy I want. Now what's important is you can add different users at the same time. So this will search and I see Dorothy, and then I got Jenny and Joan, so Quintal here. And Joan. Okay, so let's stop here. What I really want to focus on is once I get these 4 people, I can assign permissions. So this is really important. So depending on the peer assessment you want to establish or the rules behind peer assessment, normally what you'd want to remove is this, because you don't want necessarily Joan to see comments that Dorothy has given on Joseph's work. So you don't want them to see other comments, but you want them to be able to add comments. Those will be personal comments on the feedback or for feedback to the student they're peer evaluating. And you want to add assessment also, not necessarily see the assessment of others. So there you go. This will be done. And last thing I need to do is add myself. Right? So you want to add yourself as an instructor to this sharing group, and you can maybe add some different permissions for you as an instructor, and then you save and close. And this will have created the sharing group. So this is really the first step in defining the peer evaluation rules of your class.